What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? I'm Lamar. It's my brother KC Fowler. This is episode 105 of the Foul Language Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like every episode, especially for this episode, if you got the kiddies up, man, you might want to put them to bed, get your accessories right, because you might just hit some foul language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Got that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
All right, it's that time of the show, man, where it's the beginning of the show where we like to talk about our accessories, man, what we're smoking on throughout this episode here, man. So, brother, what your accessories looking like tonight?
All right, so I really couldn't tell what the hell I had right now, so I had to get up in there and read the band. It is the Dead Conqueror, Alexander the Great.
That's aggressive.
That is aggressive. So, I mean, to be so aggressive in name, I mean, it's a little milder than I was expecting so far. So we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't broke it open yet, but if you remember, I said I wasn't drinking anything new until it fucking broke 100 degrees. And so, thankfully, this could be a Wibble too. It is under.
Nice.
And it's been consistently under, and it has been nice. It's been glory. I've been sleepy as shit. Like, I'm going to smoke a cigar because it feels so nice outside. Sleepy as shit the next day, but that's okay. So, I bought a bottle of Old Elk, single barrel, aged 5 years.
Oh, bro.
Yes, sir. So, I'm about to open it up right now, and stay tuned. We'll see how it turns out, brother. How are your accessories treating you?
Well, like I was telling you, man, before we started recording, I tried one of these guys about a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Okay,
and
I almost tried one of those too.
The first one was trash. It didn't burn well.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't good at all. But this one is burning surprisingly well, even though you can see my ash is starting to flower a little bit. I fucking hate that. But
me too.
Other than that, man, not too bad. And it's vodka in my cup, but a different chaser, man. After coming from Mama House, I use sugar-free lemonade. So I'm using strawberry lemonade this time.
Wow.
And actually, it goes pretty good with the vodka. So I'm gonna drink, and I got diabetes, so you know what I'm saying. I gotta find that medium. God damn it, don't judge me. But
diabetes.
But yeah, it's been drinking on it like that for about a week now, so pretty good so far.
Cool. Well, you guys stay tuned. We'll let you know how the accessories are treating us in a little bit. All right, before we get to the good part, it is time for the What's Best in Life. I feel like I'm saying this more and more, just to spread a little bit of positivity in this crazy ass world with aliens and all kind of other shit going on wild. What's best in life, man?
Oh man, so we haven't been recording for a minute, man. For y'all who watching, man, I seem like it's been that long for y'all, but it's been a couple of weeks, man. So first thing I'm gonna start off with is we went down to Augusta. That's why we didn't record week before last, I think it was. Because surprised our sister for her gender reveal, man, and that shit went perfect. I kind of felt like the walls was closing in the hotel because I was stuck in the fucking hotel room for like a day.
Yeah, that had to suck.
But it came together, man. I came around the corner. Mom was like, "Oh," Tanya, of course, she was and all that shit like that. And
yeah, Grandma told me I wasn't shit.
Grandma was happy. Uncle Reggie had a big ass smile on his face, which we rarely fucking see.
Yeah.
But the gender reveal was a good time, man. Tanya co-workers was there. Mama and Janae did a fantastic job running the show. Got to see Janae, and it was good to see her and her kids, and they done got big as hell. So that was cool, man. Just being home for a little bit. Still wouldn't move back, but it was cool to visit.
Sir.
Finished Baki and Bastard, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not completely running through old animes. I'm trying to let Bleach get completely dubbed, and I'm about to crank up Kenshin before Kenshin Azura or King and Azura.
Yeah. That starts next week, right?
The 28th.
No, week after. Yeah, week after.
That and Castlevania come out. I'm gonna try to catch up on
that.
So I'm really excited about Castlevania, man.
That shit looks amazing.
Let me see. Got a new chain here, man. My
I noticed that.
Dabbling and dabbling in the making dog tags and stuff now, man. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
custom dog tag, which leads me into my comedic journey. I've been still journeying, and I've first started out with more like a comedic paganism. Now it's more comedic spirituality and stuff like that. And I found it's called a sidereal calendar, and it's basically it shows what you put in your dates when you was born and stuff, and it shows what star you was born under,
Mm-hmm.
what spirit guide coincides with your birth month and stuff like that. So mine is Anpu or Anubis for everybody who don't know who Anpu is. So I've been just doing some more research on that, man, and following him as my spirit guide. Kevandre is waiting on the call so he can get his start date to go to Job Corps. My boy's about to get up out of here,
Well,
man, and go
cool, cool,
do
cool.
some shit. And I'm happy for him, man. He needs to get out there and do some shit. Shania's running for Miss Junior.
I said that hard as fuck.
He
Piece of
just need to get
shit.
up out of Augusta, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Shania's running for Miss Junior. We doing Janeke's doing her banner, and I'm just waiting to see if she wins so I can block off that date to go down there. Got to walk on the field, all that good shit. So hopefully she wins. It'll be dope to walk down the field again. 'Cause I did it for Tangy because she was Miss Senior, so it'll be dope to do it again. Uh, Kevion's first flag football game was it was something. It was definitely something. So 4 to 6 year olds, and it would be better if like the actual coach showed up. Like he went
Oh,
like 2 or 3 weeks without showing up, and me
oh.
and another dad has been kind of like
I figured. I told
running
you he
this
was going to end
shit.
up
You
doing
know what I'm
that.
saying? But these motherfuckers don't listen. They don't listen to
Yeah.
shit I'm saying. Yeah, I'm more of a basketball guy. All right, well, listen to the football guy. But they don't want to fucking listen. Like fucking practice yesterday, he was telling the boys to slide like you playing fucking defense in basketball. I'm like, that's stupid. But after that shit, I just said, you know what, y'all do the shit. Y'all sit down. You know what I'm saying? Nope.
Yeah, y'all do the fuck y'all want to do.
And I was gonna spaz on the coach at the game because he got there late, and I was already out there with the kids stretching them out and stuff like that. While the other guy went to go talk to the refs and do the coin flip and all that shit. This motherfucker gonna drop the bag down and say, put the flags on. It's like, who the fuck?
Mm.
But I let it ride because the kids was around, the man was late. We need to get the ball going, so I let that shit ride. But as soon as I put the flags on, I left that motherfucker back right there in the middle of the field, and walked the fuck off. But that was that. But it was good to see Kevin Young's having fun doing it, man. So really, that's all that matters. And if the coaches ain't really teaching him shit, I'm supplementing what he needs to fucking know, and he's applying it, and he's being successful with it. Football season has started. My Colts are 0-1. We fucking lost. No big fucking surprise there, but y'all Falcons is looking pretty fucking good so far.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw a couple clips.
so football season is up. I'm enjoying watching my football. Fantasy football is also going. I won my first game, and this year what they're doing is if you get the highest points on that week, you get $10 on top of whatever.
Oh,
Because the
cool.
buy-in is 50, so you'll get an extra $10 a week. So I won. I got highest points this week, so I got me an extra $10 in the account, man. So that's always good. Had my A1C levels checked. They haven't went down, but they haven't went up. So it's been,
Hey, that's
consistent. You know what I'm
we'll
saying?
take it. We'll
Yeah,
take it.
got take the wins where you can get them. And on top of football, I got Madden 24. When picked that bitch up yesterday, so I'm back into my Madden shit. I'm almost done with CompTIA, my CompTIA cert. Man, I should be done and ready to do the final exam by next week, so I can jump into my other one, which is going to be what I'm gonna do on the civilian side. And it's a gaming and vending certification, gaming and vending technician certification. Because I'm planning on getting
Interesting.
vending machines and shit like that, and I like fixing stuff, and it's gonna be dealing with software and money handling and electronics and all the other shit. So I'm really excited to jump into that one. And yeah, I know it was a lot, guys, but it's been a couple of fucking weeks.
It
Um,
has.
I've had a lot of shit going on, and it's mostly been positive, man. I'm just thankful, blessed, and highly favored that I get to experience everything that's going on right now. Still got some more positive shit going, but I'm still keeping that under wraps for a couple more months. But just know when it's over, KC Fowler gonna show the fuck out on foul language.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, brother, I know I took up a lot of time, man.
That's
So
all
what you
good.
got, brother? What's best in life?
So first of all, I'm gonna start with this because I've been waiting to try this whiskey. This is a What's Best in Life, and
Mm-hmm.
let me explain to you guys what this is. When I went to Grandma's house a while back, Kim helped her do some cleaning out her kitchen cabinets. She had some old shit in there. If I can find the picture, I might have deleted it, but she had seasonings that were so old. Like it looked like the setup from like old shows and shit. Like that old kitchen. It was old. Like I looked them up. They were selling them as collectibles and shit on eBay.
What?
I mean, we're talking at least 80s, 70s, 80s,
Yeah,
easily.
grandma can make some money out of that cabinet,
That
can't
was some old. I mean, if you took the time, you probably could have made a couple hundred. I mean, it wouldn't. It probably wasn't worth the effort, to be honest with you. Figuring it out and dealing with the sales and having to coordinate it through grandma. Yeah, that would have been fun. But we found these steins, and there was a whole bunch of them. We took home like 4 of them, and so this is the mini stein right here. And what's cool about them is they got these in the '60s,
Oh,
so
wow.
they are that old. And for the first time in probably their entire career, a sip is being taken out of them.
Do it. Yes, yes, yes.
Woo! And I saw these, and I was like, "That's a whiskey cup all day. I don't care what nobody say. Whiskey.
It's for
It's
beer,
gonna be.
sir.
It's whiskey today. Damn it. The other one will be for beer. I got a big one too. So there's that. Let's see. It's been a minute. So it's been since we recorded. My wife and I celebrated our anniversary. We are at 14 years.
Yeah,
Me and the
yeah,
lovely
yeah.
Mrs. Fowler. We went out, had a good little time, and she got sick shortly after, unfortunately. But she's doing better now, so it's all good. Let's see what else is going on. Lamar started preschool. This was his first week of preschool, so that was fun. Doing big shit. He's having fun at preschool. He's loving it so far. It seems like it
That's
felt like
good.
a long week. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I have picked up a new. We'll cover that in just a second. I gotta gear up for that. But Simone, she's killing it in school. Grades are doing good, doing real good in math. A so far, straight across the board. And she's auditioning for their school, I guess, theater group. And so she'll find out if she made that here soon. So she's excited. She had to write some jokes. So she was over here telling dad jokes. And I don't know why. Sometimes dad jokes are funny as shit for no reason.
They do be funny. They be so stupid that they be funny.
It do.
Yeah.
It do. I was laughing my ass. I was like, this joke is dumb. And so she was doing that, but so that was fun. And so I guess it's been, let's see, about 2 or 3 weeks now. I picked up a new hobby. And so I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I've been kind of hesitant. For my anime fans out there, if you know what Gunpla is, I picked that up, and that's basically doing Gundam model kits. So I've done one so far, and I got a couple pictures of it right there that I'm gonna show you guys that I've been working on, messing around, posing. You damn right. So that's half the fun. You got to make them pose, man. So that's what I've been up to, just messing around with those. And I bought another one, and I bought 2 more. So it's kind of fun, man. I'm enjoying it. I was hesitant for a long time because I'm not a big Gundam watcher, but then I was like, man, fuck it. I know enough about it to be dangerous, and I can pick from the ones that I watch. And if I don't watch Gundam and want to do it, fuck them. What they gonna say?
Any fucking way.
So that's what I said. I was like, the shit is fun. So but I mean, the cool thing about it is it does have me wanting to go back and watch some of the Gundam. So, you see a fire ass Gundam, like, let me see what that's about. Let's see. So next week I go on TDY or travel for those that don't know any better. It's been the first time in 4 years. Shit is wild. I'm like, I don't even know what that's gonna be like. I had to check and make sure my work travel card worked. So
is your DTS put in?
It's done. I'm ready. I'm ticketed and ready to go. So we good on that front. I told you guys last time we recorded that I was the tablet that was broken that I was trying to repair. I repaired it. It's fixed. It's working. It is now my tablet, and I think that's what started the gunpla. Just the meticulous task of taking it apart and doing all that shit and having some music playing. That was kind of fun, and so yeah, pick that up. And that is that same kind of fine motor details. It's creative but not creative. Like I'm not coloring and painting and shit. Nothing against anybody who does, but
a decent side hustle too.
Yeah, but I don't like it that much. Let's see. So, finally, let me first say this, and y'all hear me. And when I edit this, I'm gonna zoom in on myself here. Fuck Lowe's, in particular, fuck Lowe's appliance section, and not the section. Sorry, they were really nice. fuck Lowe's appliance delivery. Okay, fuck Lowe's appliance delivery. Okay. If you ever want to know about that, maybe I'll tell you about that some other time. But fridge went out. We were trying to get a new fridge, tried to buy a new fridge. A whole bunch of fuckery ensued. We ended up buying one from Home Depot that came today. So a week before that, we ended up buying one from Best Buy just to get a fridge in the house. So we went from no fridges to two fridges. So that's a kind of interesting life. So tomorrow I'll be putting up the white fridge in the garage. So it's one of them old school fridges and had to get used to that, top bottom door like back in the day. So I was like, wow, I forgot about what this life is like. But I kind of like it though, quietly. And then the Scrooge in me is like, yo, this is a fraction of the cost of the other one. We don't need to do shit but keep shit cold. But then I was like, nah, I want my fridge to make my fucking ice. So run me my fridge. So in about 2 days it'll be ready to go. So I'll be able to enjoy it just before I leave.
Nice.
And then let's see. Before I was trying to get my goal at MF Research to over 250. We passed that since then, so we
Congrats.
just broke 270. Thank you. So now we're going up to 300, and we'll see how long that takes.
Yes, sir. Get it in, bro. Get it
Yes,
in.
sir. Yes, sir. And so I too felt like I took a long time, but I think that's all I got for now. So that is my what's best in life. Whiskey's good, by the way, so far. We'll talk about that more at the check-in.
All right. Before we move on, I got one more, and I failed to mention, man. What was it? The last Friday, I think it was. Keontae, for y'all don't know, Keontae is my 12-year-old. He had the opportunity because he's in advanced band. They got to play at the they did a Hall of Fame inductee game for the Pearl High School football team here, and he got to get on the field with the high schoolers and play the national anthem and some other stuff like that, man. So it was really cool seeing him out there. He's really enjoying his band life. They actually start playing at the middle school games on Tuesday. So Tuesdays are gonna be some busy ass days. We got football games and we got band. So really interesting. And they're actually going on a trip to New Orleans to play in the New Orleans Festival. I think it's in March or something like that. So I think Janeke is going down there. I might go too, especially if I'm out and bearding it and living my dreams. If everything goes well, I'm probably gonna be down there acting a goddamn fool. But we'll just see how that goes, man. But now that is what's best in life.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. One more Wibble that I forgot about. So you guys know I have the cooler door, humidor, or not the cooler door, but the refrigerator humidor. And I really just set it and forget it and kind of did touch it. And then I realized that the damn battery in my hygrometer was dead. So I went and changed that. And I was like, let me check everything out. So I found out that basically I was treating it like trash. And so both of the packs, some of them was dry. I was only checking the one at the top. So come to find out, the bottom was dry as hell. So I had to fix that. And so now we're kicking with gas now. I set it up so my humidor is running nice again. So that's a what's best, man. So yeah.
All right, man. So this is gonna be a real interesting one, man. I know we've talked about doing this one for a little while, and we're finally doing it, man, which is interesting. But a lot of people are transitioning over, I guess you could say, into the polyamorous lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot on TikTok, you see a lot on YouTube, Facebook. A lot of people are getting into it. So I just want to know, what are your thoughts on poly, number one, and have you ever considered being a married man yourself?
So first of all, I had to change it because even though I googled it 15 times and spelled it, said the spell right, it just looked wrong. So we're going with that for the title now, everybody.
That looks way better.
Yes, I feel it too. So that's the title now, everybody. Have I considered it? Like, how do I put this and not get myself in a shitload of trouble? So, not like in the fact of like, oh man, I wish I had a second wife because man, those threesomes would be fire. And no, not like that. Like I thought about it more as a thought exercise from the financial practicality of it all, and that's what I was thinking about. Like, how would that work? And when I get to my shit, I'll talk about that later. Well, it is my turn, so I'll talk about it now. So, from my perspective, I was looking at it because I saw a couple on CNBC making it. Well, it wasn't a couple; it was two couples. I don't know what that's called. So,
a fruple, I
quadruple,
think, or some shit like
cruple, fruple, some shit. Thruple, because I know thruple is three,
that. Yeah.
but whatever. Four people. One of the guys did not look happy about the situation. I think he getting left out because he did not look happy in any of the videos and any of the talking. But so what was interesting to me in that video was they were talking about a lot of like the financial things. Like when you buy a home, you technically have four incomes, but because the way financial institutions are set up, they're not designed for that. So there's a lot of legal issues. Like if you truly want to do it and you have like multiple marriages or whatever, like beneficiaries, like all that, next of kin, who's allowed in the hospital in an emergency, all that shit is kind of complicated because the legal system's not really, or the financial and legal systems, I guess, aren't really designed to handle those things. So I thought from that perspective, it was very fascinating and a challenge you don't think about. I mean, most people who aren't in a polyamorous relationship kind of think of it as like threesomes on deck or whatever. And they kind of see the glorified side of it and not like the challenges because there got to be challenges. I mean,
Of
everything has,
course.
even a regular marriage or relationships going to have challenges. So from that aspect, that was interesting to me. But I did think about us like, think about it if you like, we'll go with three for now, a couple of three or a throuple. Um, you have three incomes. Like, think if y'all are three high wage earners, that is fantastic financially. So from that aspect, there's a lot of cool shit about it. Um, for me personally, I mean, it's one of those where everybody who's doing it, and this seems like to be the end thing now, and don't knock it till you try it. I'm good. Like, like Dylan. I mean, and don't take this the wrong way, Kim. Whenever you watch it, but Dylan with Kim is enough. Shit. I mean, and I don't mean it in a
I
bad
know what you
way,
mean.
but
Every success person in a successful
right,
marriage knows what you mean.
yeah, like being there for her and all the ways she needs, supporting her. I mean, you could argue in some respects you're dividing the load, but there are going to be a lot of times where you dividing yourself and spreading your you could be spreading yourself thin. And I mean, it depends on the dynamics, I guess. But I think for me, I'm good as I am, and I don't really have a desire to have a second wife or anything like that, or second and third wife or no shit like that. I mean, I'm good. Now, if somebody wants to donate to the Fowler Family Fund, that's fine. Yeah, I can do that. Um, I, I told Kim sometimes I joke about. It. I'm like, hey, can we just get an adult roommate and just roll with that? And they just stay upstairs and we never see their ass and they trustable and all that shit. And cool, we good. Somebody that we know that's safe around the kids and all that shit, and we can just go. I said trustable, trustworthy.
You did. You did. I was gonna let
I,
that go. I was gonna let
I
it
called
go.
it. I was like, oh yeah, it said fucking
This
trustable, trustable.
motherfucker said trustable. I
What
was
the
gonna let
hell
it
is
go.
trust like goddamn crustables or something? Damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich,
That's
man.
the first thing popped in my fucking mind. Now I want one.
And that's what caught me. I was like, did I turn trust? Yeah. So that's where I went. Um, so yeah, I mean, I see like there's financial advantages. Some people think it's advantages. Some people I think get into it because again, people see things on social media and again they only see like the good parts.
Right.
And they think it's like it's gonna be a party. We gonna have, what Stu used to say, sexy parties all the time. It's gonna be a good time. If I don't want to see spouse A, I can go hang out with spouse B. I can watch spouse A and B together, all that other shit. But, you know, sometimes you don't want to share. I mean, and that's how I feel about it. I don't want to share. And me and Kim joke about it. She's like, I want to share. Fuck that. So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to me. And if you guys practice the life, I'm not going to knock you or anything like that. Because, like I said before, it's not my place to judge. And you can kind of chime in if you want about what you think about it and the advantages, and if you do it, how it's great or everything. And be honest. I mean, tell what's not so great too. I mean, because I'm sure there's somebody that's considering it and think it's all rosy and fun times and three-way cuddle fest and all that shit. So definitely want to get the piece that piece on it. And Yeah, I mean, I think that's really all I got, man. I may think of something after you go, but what you got? What do you think?
Well,
I know your wife, and there is no fucking way in hell. But come on,
um,
like I won't even ask you. Would you had you considered it? Because I ain't trying to get a blow dart hit with your
he
episode
did.
over.
So as far as the financial part, yeah, a really good point. You know what I'm saying? You know, financially, it could work out well. I know you also mentioned, you know, legally, like, you know, beneficiaries, stuff like that. I think the best way to do that, in my opinion, would be seniority gets this, and then, you know, that's how they should work it. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Like bro said, y'all chime in, man. If y'all in that, y'all got that poly thing going. I'd love to have y'all on the episode, man. We just strictly talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty fucking dope. But as far as what I think, I mean, for starters, if that's what you want to do, cool. Get it in, do what you do. I mean, like any just regular, you know what I'm saying, relationship, there's gonna be ups, downs, or whatever. And I personally believe that people that are in poly relationships, they're uh extremely secure with themselves. They're you know, they're extremely I would say amazing people, because everybody can't do this shit and have it be fucking successful. So kudos to those guys that's fucking doing it. Now on the other side, you mentioned my how my wife is. We actually considered it like about 2 or 3 years ago, and we were actually
Mm-hmm.
seriously talking about doing this shit. And then we
Oh.
both looked at each other and was like, "Nah, bro, we good." Because, you know, I came to the aspect of the financial aspect, the watching the
Mm-hmm.
kids while date nights, and then switching up cooking and all that type of
Mm-hmm.
shit. But then I thought about, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with two of these motherfuckers. And like you said, my lovely wife Janae is enough also. Not nothing negative, but you know what I'm saying? It'll be 2 on 1 probably in a lot of times, and not in the bedroom. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm gonna switch to the bedroom. Um Holy shit, like you doing your goddamn thing in the bedroom, fellas, and you're done, but they're not done, and they keep going. What the fuck you supposed to do? You need some water? I'm gonna hold your hair. I'm gonna go make a sandwich and play the game and let you guys just continue doing what the fuck you're doing. Like it's too much. I think it's too much bodily
Call me
fluid
when
for
y'all ready to go to sleep. Shit.
right. I gotta work in the morning. Y'all cut this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very interesting concept, and a lot of people glorify it just because of the, you know, the sex aspect of it. But yeah, man, 4 titties is better than two and all that other shit. But motherfucker, if you bust a nut in fucking T minus 30 fucking seconds and they still fucking going, you just like this and shit, not doing fucking nothing else, man. What the fuck are you really fucking doing, man? But
Jump in round two and get that second win. I mean,
if they get the fucking second win. And then if you're invited when you get the second win, they might say, fuck what you talking about. And that was one of my things we were talking about. It. I said I didn't want to be the motherfucker forgot about. Like y'all just getting it in. I'm like, hey, hey, you know, playing fucking double dutch and shit. Like,
yeah, right.
it's my turn. It's my turn. So, but you know, we honestly decided, yeah, that's not for us, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're more than enough. We don't have no problem with anybody that does that. Y'all do what y'all fucking
Mm-hmm.
do. And that's your lifestyle, interesting lifestyle, especially when it comes down to kid raising and all that
Mm-hmm.
other stuff you got to consider. It's just a lot of things I feel like you would have to consider when you're doing that. Now when it's two chicks and one dude. Now if it's two dudes and one chick, I'm sorry guys, and I don't mean this in any negative way, form, or fucking fashion, but me, that's too much fucking meat swinging around for me. I'm sorry, that's too much testosterone in the house for me. You can't have two alpha males in the same fucking house, because somebody gonna get bit. I don't fucking know. But to each his own. Some people can handle that. Some people can deal with that type of shit. But you just got to figure out what you can and can't handle. Don't just sit up there and look at the goods or something. You got to weigh pros and cons, people. If you're thinking about going out there and doing that, you can't just be like, yeah, we're gonna be fucking two chicks every night. My wife and my girlfriend. It's amazing. It's cool until they both on their period at the same goddamn time and they tripping on your motherfucking
Because
ass.
it'll happen.
Or you forgot to leave the fucking toilet seat down and they both getting on your motherfucking ass. Or they fucking bump heads and you got to choose which one is fucking right in the situation to go leave you fucked up. Like it's so many things you gotta fucking consider with this type of shit, man. Yeah, it sounds
Right.
cool on fucking paper, but when you really fucking dig into just a regular fucking relationship and everything you're doing with a regular relationship, then you
Mhm.
multiply that times fucking two, and then think about it, see if that's what you're really trying to get yourself into. But I mean, to each his own,
Mhm.
and yeah.
So you two things. One based on something you said, and one I just thought about. So one you mentioned like the kid aspect, and that's an interesting aspect because I was reading a study maybe a week ago, and it was talking about like different family dynamics, and it was
Mm,
talking about how now family dynamics are basically you're in the same boat as I am, where you're basically you and your family are kind of metaphorically in an island by yourself, and it's you guys against it all when it comes to like organizing events and dealing with shit. If you two can't handle it, it's difficult unless somebody comes in town to help out or something like that.
mm,
And then we're talking about like the advantages of having like a village of like either a group of like family, like different generations, like back, well, even us growing up didn't have that really, but
nah.
like those families that have like your cousins, your aunties, your
Mm-hmm.
grandma, everybody's around. And it's not like the situation where your grandma's raising the kids, but it's like everybody's there kind of supporting everybody. You get together like soul food for Sunday dinner and all that shit. There's interesting dynamics to that. So I think on that respect, you kind of get yourself a de facto uh, mini village, if you will. And that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and I just thought about that when you were saying with the kids. So that's another piece. The other thing I wanted to bring up is too, we've only really focused on the kind of where it's like basically two long-term committed relationships. And doing a little reading, it's not always that. It's kind of like you have your main relationship and both of you agree to like have like your side pieces, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not necessarily like you know two joining one family. It's just, hey, you're my significant other, but hey, I have a mistress on an official side chick that you know about, and it could very well be the same side piece for both of you, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And y'all, they both link up at different times, or if you go out and date or whatever, and y'all have an arrangement of if you meet somebody and y'all kicking it, he says stipulation. So there's that. So I mean, that's another side of it too. So that takes the relationship piece in some respects out of it. But sometimes that brings a lot of complications in it as well. So
Yeah.
there's pros and cons to everything. Um, Even if I look at it from straight pro and con analysis from my perspective, it doesn't shake out for me. So um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I got.
Yeah, me either. And I'm not just saying that shit because I'm on camera, but
Right, right. I
um,
mean, it's not. Yeah.
and what everything you just mentioned, and it makes me curious to whether because what you were describing kind of sounds more like a open relationship versus
I
being
mean,
in a
sure.
polyamorous relationship. But are they really the same thing? Like I don't know personally. Like is that and people comment, chime in, let me know, is open
Mm-hmm.
relationship and being polyamorous the same thing? Because you got
Right.
because what I know of being poly is you're in a relationship with two other people. It's three y'all in the house, of four or whatever, sister wives, whatever the hell you want to call it. And sister wives, that's something just completely fucking different and fucking weird. But we're gonna leave that one where that's it. But explain to me the difference. I would like to know.
I just looked at the definition, but see, still people might say different. Characterized by or involved in the practice of engaging in multiple romantic, typically sexual relationships, with the constant with the consent. I'm sorry, of all people involved.
So it
Intimacy
could
and
be
trust
both.
are essential. It could be. I mean, like it could be one of those where you have like a wife and a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
or your wife has a husband and a girlfriend, or a husband and a
Okay.
um, boyfriend, if you will.
Yeah.
You've seen the TikToks, y'all can figure that shit out. I mean,
Indeed.
I guess to cover all bases, you would say, if the husband has a boyfriend. I mean, that's not my jam, so I didn't consider that one. But to each his own.
Hey, box you in the mouth. Shout out
No,
to
he
the
said
Breakfast
box
Club.
your mouth. He said box your mouth. That was the problem. He
Shout out
said
to the
box your mouth.
Breakfast Club. Oh man. But yeah, man, y'all let us know what y'all think, man. If y'all in these
Yeah.
poly relationships or even considering it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Put some in the comments. Let us know. And I'm serious, and I don't know if you concur with this or not, bro. But if you're actually in a relationship and want to jump on the show, man, I'd love to have this
Oh yeah,
conversation, man. It'd be a
sure.
real good conversation.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and like I said before, I mean, it's not going to be a place of judgment. It's more of a place of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Most
that's
definitely.
always, you know, the way people reach conclusions is always fascinating to me.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another time again for another accessory check-in, 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 check-in on Echoes. We don't need no editing. So how's your accessory treating you, bro?
It's interesting. So I like the cigar and I like the whiskey by themselves. Sometimes the two don't pair well, but some sips they do. It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
So it's interesting. Like not so it's like if I do them in close succession, it's not that great. But if I like pace the pull of the cigar and pace a sip of the whiskey, it's not bad together. So it's weird, but fascinating. So yeah,
Interesting.
but I mean, alone they're not bad. I mean, again, given the name of the cigar, I was expecting a lot more knock you in the face,
Yeah.
but the cigar I had yesterday was more potent than this one. So no, I mean, but it's not bad. So how about you?
As I'm drinking,
Mm-hmm.
um, this one was definitely better than the first one, man. I'm actually smoking it, so it's actually better than the first one. The last one I was probably smoked by this much, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. But
Yeah.
pretty good cigar, man. And the
Mm-hmm.
strawberry lemonade mixed with the vodka. I know it sounds a little unmanly compared to how
Hey,
you
drink
drink,
what you
bro.
drink,
I
man.
don't give a
Drink what
fuck.
you drink.
But yeah, I actually mixed it really fucking good, man. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good. Y'all see the size of my tumbler. Shout out to Islandi
Yes,
Creations
sir.
again. But had this motherfucker filled to the top, and it's drinking pretty good, man. I can't complain tonight.
Cool, cool, cool. We'll let you know one more time, kind of our final thoughts on them coming soon. So stay tuned for that. All right, man. I don't really watch football anymore. You love football, and this is your
Fuck
favorite
yeah,
time of year.
hell yeah.
So I thought this was an interesting conversation on a couple different aspects, and it was one that I could participate in just because I know a little bit. I know not to be dangerous. So I'm sure you've heard about the situation going on with running backs right now, and really really short story for those that don't know is kind of the way things are working financially with the running back position in the league is they're almost being priced out the league. It's almost you take this pay cut that we give you or you don't play. So with that, man, what do you think about like how the running back situation is in the NFL right now?
Honestly, I think it's bullshit. But at the same time, what the NFL has turned into now, it's a passing league now. Nobody's interested in that ground pounding fucking 3 or 4 yard run at a time type shit till you get to the end zone. Nobody's interested in that. Everybody's interested in them long bombs downfield for a touchdown and
Mm-hmm.
fucking Patrick Mahomes being the Stephon Curry of fucking NFL. He just throws that motherfucker wherever and then hope somebody fucking catch it. But it's becoming a passing league now, and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing it with Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. That's why he's having his
Mm-hmm.
issue, and he's really not playing. Like they're not trading him, they're not releasing him, they're not fucking
Mm-hmm.
doing anything. And I think it's bullshit because you mean like the running backs are the fucking workhorse. These are the motherfuckers that's busting through that fucking line going against fucking 320 pound fucking linemen every fucking play, and they like 5'9", 200 fucking pounds
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that. And they take a lot of the fucking hits. I know I'm not taking that away from quarterbacks or anybody other positions, but the running back position in particular, it's a crucial fucking position in the NFL, in my opinion, man. Because if it's like third and fucking one, you're not gonna want to fucking pass the ball. You're gonna want to fucking bust that bitch straight up the fucking middle and get that 1 yard real quick. But they want to shorten their motherfucking money and expect these guys to still fucking produce. And it's coming to the point where even the running backs are getting more pass receptions than fucking
Mm-hmm.
runs right now. And if anybody watched the Philly game last night, the run game was fucking amazing, man. The shit was fucking great. Like, stop the fucking run. Everybody's playing for the pass right now. The run is fucking crucial, and they trying to short these people of their fucking money, which I think is fucking bullshit. You need to pay them guys what the fuck they earn, pay them guys what the fuck they deserve. Because, like I said, just like quarterback, wide receiver, running back is a crucial fucking part of the fucking defense. You got to have a fucking run game. Because if you stop in a pass and you ain't got no fucking run game either, you're not winning games. And I don't know if they're considering that shit or not, or they trying to put all their money into quarterbacks and wide receivers and tight ends because, like I said, it's becoming a passing league. Fans, newer fans of football, they're looking for the deep passes. They're looking for the quarterback to do something fucking awesome. They're not looking for that badass fucking running back in the back like Barry Sanders used to be, or Marshall Faulk, or Terrell Davis, and all the rest of the goats in the backfield, man. So they need to pay them their fucking money. It's point blank and fucking simple. You need running backs on your fucking team. You need running backs in your organization, and shorting them is just gonna fuck you in the long run. You ain't gonna make your Super Bowl appearances or fucking nothing because you got to run the ball. You have to run the ball, but you're not gonna pay a fucking running back like you pay a fucking lineman or you pay a fucking kicker, because they take the much of a risk as a quarterback takes, as much as a wide receiver takes, as much as a tight end takes. They take about the same amount of risk because they get fucking hurt, injured, and beat the fuck up every fucking game too. So you need to fucking pay them what they fucking worth. Even though I think the NFL shouldn't make us more soldiers, but that's just me. But yeah, man, they need to pay them. That's simple as that, man. What you think?
So it was interesting doing research for this one, on a couple levels, because one, if you look at it from the perspective of a business, it's a business focusing on the demand of the consumer, if you will. And like you said, it's a passing league. It's becoming a passing league. Or shit, it's been a passing league. I mean, and if you look at like how college football is played, I mean, you'll see those 50 to 45 games and shit like that quite regularly, um, all the time. I mean, I think long gone are the days where it's like 4 quarters go by and the score is 7-6 to win the game. I think that's just not gonna happen too much anymore. Also, I mean, I'm just thinking about like you have other aspects of it too. Fantasy football is a factor in there too, and stats. And that's how this basically run. You got Madden, people wanting this shit to look like Madden. I think that was Emmett Smith's saying, is like they expecting that shit to look like Madden, and that's not the case. And I mean, running game, as a Falcons fan, I know how valuable the run game is if used effectively in a Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
Old wound opened up.
It is, man. It is, man. It is. But couple things I looked at is, one, I looked at because I was curious in the most recent draft how many running backs were actually drafted, and so I went through the 7 rounds, and to see there were 2 in the first round. First one was draft number 8. There was 1 in the second round, 4 in the third, so forth and so on, for a total throughout the entire draft. There were only 18, and I may have missed 1 or 2 here and there within the rounds, but there are 18 running backs drafted through the entire draft. And I thought that was kind of wild. I didn't look to compare. If I had more time, I would have put it in the spreadsheet and ran the pivot to see my position. I didn't feel like doing that, but it was interesting to see that they weren't very high up, and there weren't very many of them. And so then I started looking at the economics of it and looking at like the franchise tag. And one thing that was pretty fascinating is if you look at the franchise tag for every other position, the running back is the only one that's gone down over the years. The amount that the franchise player, a player designated with the franchise tag, would get as a running back. So I thought that was kind of fascinating too. That shows like where it's going. And with some of these players right now, these running backs, and this is what bringing it up, they're like, basically, you're gonna take this pay cut, or you can get this franchise tag, or we're gonna go pick up a rookie whose contract is kind of locked in. And even I looked at what that the young man who was chosen in the first round, number 8. I don't remember his name. I don't think I wrote it down, but he went to the Falcons, and he's making
Robinson.
about Baji, something like that.
Robinson, yeah. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He's making about $5 million a year. So what the other argument was, like, if you only using them a little bit, or you're basically saying, hey, I just need you to manage the clock to make some time go down. Long as you line up behind the O line and run forward, you can be considered a running back and be fine. And basically, we'll just, oh, you want too much money now? You got your initial contract. Let's go get a new one. It's almost kind of akin to manufacturing and labor, where it's like labor in the U.S. wants this particular wage, let's go offshore and do that. Whereas just
See
like
that?
here, it's like established running back wants this money. Um, let's go get somebody else. Like they talked about like Zeke and a couple other players and shit like that, and
Mm-hmm.
like how long after their big payday were they cut and all that shit. So that was kind of fascinating too. Um, let's see. The other things too that I looked at when I was just sitting thinking about it is you think about a lot of the quarterbacks now. How many quarterback like we were going to school? A lot of the quarterbacks would run just as much as they would pass, sometimes more. But you weren't seeing that in the NFL when we were in high school. But now you see that more. And I think that right there is supplementing the running game significantly. I mean, when you have quarterbacks that have more the most rushing yards on a team, that supplements that rushing game. And so that's a thing too.
Because it
Um
fills the seats.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You seen a quarterback scramble and he get like 30 fucking yards. That the
Mm-hmm.
fans go nuts, man. It fills the seats, and that's kind of where
Mm-hmm.
the Colts went to. So I'm being biased a little bit because I'm a Colts fan, but that's where they went to with Richardson because he's a mobile quarterback. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
teams are starting to get more mobile quarterbacks that are young, not like Russell Wilson old, but young.
Man, Russell Wilson is happy making babies with Sierra and going to red carpets. He fine. He all
I
right.
ain't mad at him.
He chilling. He
He
good.
made his money, and I think he got a ring. I
Mm-hmm.
think Seattle got a ring.
Yeah, they won one, maybe two, one for sure. I know.
Yeah, there was definitely one.
Yeah, and they've gone to the Super Bowl at least twice. So yeah. So the other thing that I thought was interesting too is looking at long term. Like you have a son that's getting into football right now,
Mm,
and I remember you mentioned that he looked like a running back. It's almost to the point now where it's like, nah, player, you better learn how to catch a fucking ball, or you better be able to throw, because there is no way in good conscience that if my son decides to play football, I'm ever gonna let him line up to be a running back.
mm,
Like if the coach is like, I want Lamar to be a running back, no, the fuck you don't. Not today, sir. And it's not even about being a team player. It's like if long term looking at this, there is no good future for him.
yeah, he gonna
I
fuck
mean,
him
and but
over.
you can yeah, you can argue that yes, they make millions of dollars compared to the average salary, sure. But if you look at it relation, you know, to these other players or whatever, what they're getting. I mean, you're seeing $200 million paydays. You're seeing like motherfuckers getting more money in the season than some of these running backs are getting in their entire contract, and they're not doing long term deals. And if they're doing long term deals, it's really short. Because I was looking at like all the numbers and shit, and it
Mm,
was interesting, man. Just seeing the economics of it is supply and demand, really, and it's kind of fucking crazy. And I hate to bring the racial aspect in it, but I'm gonna do it. So there's a couple pieces of it. You know, people a lot of times create like make the uh comparison of like the NFL with the combine and just how things are done to like slavery and
mm,
how it relates to the auction block. So I mean, if you think about that, where it's almost like they use these running backs for their basically their effective life. You know, basically I'm saying like if you're 27 and a running back, you old
mm,
relatively speaking. And you might, if you make it that far, just out your rookie contract. And so, what incentive is there for a team to bring that back in? And they just basically take you in, get you for your locked in money, and we can get us a fresh new one to start over. And another fascinating dynamic, and again, I don't have it's a small sample size, but a lot of like the multiracial commentary on it. A lot of times, like you would see like the black commentators rooting in support of the quarterbacks. I mean, I'm sorry, the running backs. But you would see like the white ones like, hey, it's a business. If it was a business and we told them that if the workers were like, hey, we're not getting paid enough, what are they gonna do? They gonna go home. And I was like, there's unions that fight for that whole shit right now. There's about to be a strike right now. I mean, there's the writer, there's the strike in Hollywood right now. There's an automotive strike that's on the forefront. I mean, there's strikes for
mm.
that exact same reason. So, I mean, it gets to a thing. So, like, what do the players do? What can the players do? So, I'm gonna shut up. I got two questions for you. So, one, with your son playing football, if he told you he wanted to be a running back, how would you maneuver that? And two, what do you think the players can do? The running backs can do to protect themselves, or maybe even get a little more money?
First, as far as my son, if he wants to be running back, I know the obvious parent answer, but I support him and whatever, whatever, whatever. But I would, be real with him, like you were saying, like, hey, this is what's going on with running backs if you're trying to actually go to the NFL, son. So you want to look at this, you want to look at that, but be, um, have more of an asset than just running the fucking ball. Be able to do anything else. That's why with him particular, because I play defense. I didn't play offense when I played football. So I'm actually teaching him defense also. So you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to run the ball, go out there and knock some motherfucking heads off.
Mm-hmm.
So I go that aspect of it. But if he really truly wants to be a running back, he's not gonna be shaking. That's his passion. He don't give a fuck about the money. He just want to play ball. He just want to run the fucking ball. And goddamn it, boy, run the goddamn ball. And run
Mm-hmm.
the fucking ball. And the second question with the running backs can do, um, I would say strike or whatever, but you seen what happened with Kaepernick and everybody else that strike in the NFL. Fucking Roger Goodell, fucking just you're dead. You're dead to me now. But what they can do is, I guess, like the game yesterday, prove your fucking worth. Like I forgot who the fucking running back for Philly is right now, but Swift. He ran his motherfucking ass off. You know what I'm saying? Prove the necessity for the fucking run game and make it exciting for the fans. Don't just, what I'm saying, run a couple of yards or whatever. Do what you can do to make it exciting for the fans to show the worth of a running back. A true football fan, somebody who's played football, somebody who's like been into the game since fucking yay fucking how understands the value of the run game. But in this new generation of football fans and things like that, they're not really seeing the value because just like Emmett Smith said and you said too about, what I'm saying, they're trying to make the shit look like Madden. They're basing the shit off of fucking Madden where I play motherfuckers online. They don't even run the fucking ball online. They like to throw all the
Mm-hmm.
time. That's why I be cooking their motherfucking ass. But they like to fucking throw and everything like that. But prove the how valuable the run game actually fucking is to the organization that you're currently fucking working in. And, don't take no for an answer. Don't just, yeah, I'm just going to play because they're going to give me the money and I want to play. So let's take the money. No, have your motherfucking backup plan ready also. And I say that because I've also been watching a show. It's old. It's called The Ballers, but it's based off of true fucking
Mm-hmm.
people. And it's about more than just the game. It's about investing your money and everything like that. Find some ways to invest your money in order to do something fucking different. Don't go into the fucking draft as a college running back and not have a degree in something or have a backup plan
Mm-hmm.
already set. Yes, NFL is you got tunnel vision in the NFL, yes, but you got to veer off to the right or to the fucking left just a little bit just to make sure your shit is fucking going how it's going and you don't want to budge. A lot of people fucking budge because they see them dollar signs, especially somebody who ain't came from nothing, and they'll say, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
$5 million, hell yeah, $5 million." Me personally, I'd take $5 million in a fucking heartbeat.
Right.
But just be mindful of that shit and prove your fucking worth, or say fuck them and go do something else you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with you about the proving your worth to a point, but so many of these running backs right now that are, getting the franchise tag stuck on them and all that shit, they're proving their worth. But I mean, if you look at the total offense, if you will, and again, not speaking as a football fan, just a casual football observer, um, they're such a small portion of the running game, even if, they are proving their worth and balling their ass off. You still have, the quarterback, the tight end, the wide receivers on the offensive side putting yards on the thing or whatever, or putting yard. I can't talk. Putting yards in the stat book basically, and you fit in there. I mean, when it's, again, you get in situations where your quarterback's the leading rusher, the quarterback controls the ball. What you gonna do about that? So you can do that to a point, but I think honestly, what you have to do is off the field. And you alluded to it some. Look at how you make your money off the field, one, and form you a network of these running backs and start mentoring these young running backs too. And y'all start working together. I mean, I think that's the way to do it. And eventually, I mean, you may go the way of the fullback, but what can you do?
Yeah, they phased out the
Or
fullback.
yeah, I think I looked. There's like, I think there's less than 10. I think there's like
Yeah,
maybe 8.
because they
in the
normally
whole
make
league.
tight ends a fullback. They got to play where it requires a fullback position. They just throw a
Mm-hmm.
tight end in there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
they can't do that with the running back. You can't put a little ass wide receiver right there and expect him to fucking run through the hole. That's just not gonna happen.
Right. No. No. I mean, but it'll change. I mean, but see, I mean, with the passing and the rules to protect the quarterback the way they are, I mean, it's making it so it's almost advantageous for you to get you a dual threat quarterback. I mean, because you think about like if Michael Vick was in the league right now, holy shit!
He'd be killing it. And that's what
Oh
the
my
Colts running back looks like. Oh man,
Oh my goodness.
the Colts quarterback. He reminds me of a young Michael Vick. He's just a little smaller.
They got a Thursday night football game?
I gotta look.
Yeah, because I get those on Amazon, but I watch one
Mhm.
of those. But yeah.
Yeah, came from Florida. He good, but he
Mm-hmm.
just he take too many fucking hits. He need
Well,
to learn
yeah.
how to slide and get out of fucking bounds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something else about them running quarterbacks. A lot of them running quarterbacks don't know how to fucking slide or get the fuck out of bounds, and they end up fucked
Mm-hmm.
up because they taking too many goddamn hits. I.e., fucking Andrew Luck. Part of the reason why Andrew Luck ain't playing no more is because the motherfucker took a lot of hits. Not just because he held the ball way too fucking long, but because this motherfucker would run and not know how to slide or get the fuck out of bounds, and he took a lot of hits. Like I'm talking
Yeah.
like pierced lung, broken ribs. Like he got fucked up,
Yeah. He did.
lacerations and stuff. Like he got
Yeah.
fucked up,
Yeah. He did.
and that's what you need a running back for. Because running backs are built for that shit more than a quarterback is, in my opinion.
Cool. So let us know what you guys think, especially those that watch football more than I do. I'd love you and Casey can debate the football of it. I'll debate the economic side or discuss the economic side of it, and it'd be fun.
I'm down.
All right, everybody. You've heard about it on the news, maybe. And for those that didn't, here's a short little video kind of telling you what's going on. So take a look at this.
Now to the battle over gun rights in New Mexico. The governor imposed a temporary ban on carrying firearms in public places, declaring that gun violence is a public health emergency. Victor Akendo has that story.
Do not comply. This morning, outrage after a controversial firearm ban in New Mexico. The emergency order sparking open carry demonstrations in Albuquerque, crowds of people publicly carrying guns in defiance of the governor.
It is time to declare an end to this kind of violence. It is, in fact, an epidemic.
Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham issuing a 30-day ban on carrying firearms in Albuquerque and its surrounding county, and proclaiming gun violence a public health emergency after 2 children were killed, the latest in a string of shootings. In response to the temporary ban, 2 gun advocacy groups, along with residents, filing lawsuits, calling the order unconstitutional.
They need to take these people off the streets that are causing this violence. It's not the gun that's the problem. It is the people.
That order suspending both open and concealed carry, excluding law enforcement and licensed security. Officials say it was at this minor league ballpark last week where 11-year-old Froylan Villegas was killed and his aunt Tatiana critically injured when a road rage incident led to a drive-by shooting. The family telling ABC News Froylan was murdered in cold blood and Tatiana was left with 5 bullet wounds and paralyzed from the waist down, adding, "We only pray that no other family experiences this pain, and we hope that Froylan's story can be the change that this world needs to see."
The governor saying no one in New Mexico, and particularly Albuquerque, is safe, but enforcing this ban will be a challenge. The chief of police says he won't, and the county sheriff said he has his reservations.
So now that you've seen the video, man, and you know about it, so what do you think?
The first thing I'm gonna say, and I saw an interview with the sheriff, and I agree. Like this is like a he said she just reaching for fucking attention. This governor, man, she just trying to spark some fucking attention and say, hey, I did something. They didn't want to fucking listen, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with it's unconstitutional. And honestly, if you want to impose this permanently, it's gonna fuck over the fucking police officers if you really fucking think about it. Because not only do the police officers have to worry about the criminals with firearms, you actually have to worry about the law-abiding citizens with firearms too. So they have to do double the fucking work unnecessarily. And the 30-day ban, I mean, that's just bullshit. 30 days? Like 30 days is long enough for you to get some TikTok time, and then they're gonna say, no, fuck that shit. And I'm glad the judge fucking blocked the bullshit because I mean it's stupid. Like can't nobody carry a firearm but fucking law enforcement. And then let's take it to a racial aspect and think about, you know what I'm saying, these racist motherfuckers like, yeah, these N-words ain't gonna have no firearms on them, so we can just fucking have a fucking melee pretty much. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do because the governor let us do what the fuck we want to do. I mean, it's just all fucking completely fucking stupid, and I don't understand. Well, I guess I kind of no, I'm not even gonna bullshit and say I understand it because I really fucking don't. I see that you're okay. 11-year-old got killed, and his aunt got wounded or whatever. So you're trying to look like you're doing something, but what you're actually doing is fucking nothing at fucking all. We're gonna ban fucking weapons besides fucking law enforcement and shit like that, but that's not gonna stop absolutely fucking nothing. Like we explained, we talked about this shit on several episodes, man. That shit's gonna do absolutely fucking nothing. As you could see with the protests, everybody still had their motherfucking shit fucking ready. They don't give a fuck about that, especially them, you know what I'm saying, them hard charging right winger fucking you know what I'm saying, proud boy acting motherfuckers that be walking around with their goddamn ARs and shit. They not gonna fucking stop. That shit not gonna stop. So who is this really gonna fucking affect? It's not gonna affect the criminals. It's not gonna affect the crime. It's not gonna affect the shootings and everything like that by you banning fucking citizens. I actually feel like it's gonna hurt more because if you have a fucking shooting, but you have a law-abiding citizen that's carrying, he could stop the attack, just like the guy in Indiana with the whole mall incident. You're actually creating more of a problem than solving the fucking problem. You thinking by abandoning and taking the shit away, it's gonna fucking stop something. It's not gonna stop something. It's just gonna make shit fucking worse, man. And then, like I said, it's just simply fucking unconstitutional, baby. We're in the fucking land of the free, home of the brave, Second Amendment, all that good shit like that. And you just pretty much saying, fuck the Second Amendment. This is what the fuck we're gonna do. And I'll go back to the 30-day ban. What the fuck is gonna fucking change in 30 days as far as this shit gonna go? Not fucking nothing. I don't know the crime rate in fucking Albuquerque. And every time I hear Albuquerque, I think of Bugs Bunny. I don't fucking know why. But
should have took that life at Albuquerque.
there it is.
That's what it
is. I hear Bugs Bunny every time I hear Albuquerque, but it's not gonna solve fucking nothing. And just like the sheriff said on the video that I watched, is she just reaching? She reaching for attention. I know it's about to be election time for a lot of fucking states and stuff like that. So she trying to say, hey, look, guys, I did something, but you really ain't fucking do shit but stir up a fucking hornet's nest.
So first thing I'm gonna ask everybody out here, before this, who knew who the governor of New Mexico was?
I sure as fuck didn't.
I sure didn't. And I follow politics to some degree. And to your point, and I think it's probably, regardless of what is said, is the biggest point. It's getting your name out there. While you may not run in 2024, 2028 is going to be open. And if you look into 28, because even if you look at the Gavin Newsom in California, he put some shit in to kind of get the Second Amendment, I think, repealed or something like that. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere, but it's going to get people talking. And then when you get your name on that national stage and you're trying to be like, hey, I want to run for president. Hey, you anti-gun folks, look at what I tried to do, but the mean old gun nuts wouldn't let me do it. And that's where you start getting your name out there. And thinking about the actual ban itself, the ban is really just what she claims is kind of a 30-day to kind of stop and kind of reassess the situation. It ain't reassessing nothing. Like, if you were to spend the time and just, you don't need a gun ban to assess the situation. Yes, gun violence is an issue. Yes, something needs to happen. But banning guns, banning concealed carry, that's not going to do anything. I mean, and the thing that I always go back to is firearms are banned, I think, almost exclusively in Japan. Dude built a firearm and took a politician out with a firearm, with a made firearm. If the intent is there, the violence will happen. I mean, just like in Canada, I think it was, where stabbings and shit were going crazy. Just like in the UK, where stabbings and shit were going crazy. If someone has the intent to do harm, they're going to do it. And because of that, I should have the ability to protect mine and my, me and my family should that situation arise. I mean, you mentioned the situation in Indiana where the young man took the shooter out in the mall. There are for every story that's unfortunate like this, and let me first say that the children, because I think there were three children not in separate incidents. There were three children that lost their lives to gun violence. That is sad. That is unfortunate. Something needs to be done. Yes, but this isn't it. And what you need to be doing if you really want to assess this situation is let's start getting people in rooms together, pro gun, anti gun together, take the emotion out of it, and let's figure the shit out. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Get a Six Sigma black belt with a whiteboard and some sticky notes, and let's figure out some shit, man. Like there's a solution out there, and just outright ban ain't doing nothing. It's not gonna do nothing. It hasn't done anything. It's not effective. It's been proven that it's not effective. And those that want to do the harm and commit the crimes are going to commit the crimes. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, that's why you almost never see a shooting at a gun range. And they talked about different statistics about like gun deaths being the leading cause of deaths in children or something like that. I think that was the statistic that I saw. Again, if you give me a number without the context, you can lie. I mean,
Yeah,
because
they won't give you the context.
once you peel that back a little bit, let's talk about, does concealed carrying actually prevent that issue? Does banning firearms actually prevent that issue? And I'm gonna vehemently say no, it doesn't. I mean, and we've said it time and time and time and time and time and time again that this is not the way. And you're not willing to have those discussions. You're willing to be like, hey, look, I did something. Nobody else wants to do anything. And woe is me because nobody wants to help figure out the solution. And quite frankly, they don't want to figure out a real solution either. They just want to get that notoriety and get people talking and get that pat on the back and that attaboy from the anti-gun crowd. And that's really what it boils down to. And get some of those anti-gun dollars when it comes time for that next campaign, be it re-election for governor, presidential nomination, Senate, whatever the case may be, what you're trying to get up to. And that's the thing. I mean, that's really what it all boils down to. And what pisses me off about it all is every time this happens, they always try to pull on your heartstrings and be like, no child should be a victim of yada, yada, yada. And yes, I agree. No child should be. But you're not coming up with a real solution. You're not coming out with a solution that's even actionable. You can't actually do that. Like you said, the resources aren't there to actually enforce this, even if it were to work. If let's say you told me with 100% certainty, with the resources that are there, that this would work, it still can't be done. So again, you have not given me a realistic solution. And that's my whole problem with it all is you claim that you're trying to do something, but you're not giving me a well thought out, reasonable solution. And I think that's what pisses me off about the whole thing, man. The average, man, I would love to see the percentage of firearms involved in a situation. Like if you assumed that every firearm death was attributed to a legal gun carrier, you would still have, and I don't know, I haven't looked at numbers. You would still have more that that are legal law-abiding gun owners that are not. I mean, and that quite boils down. That factor right there makes me know that this isn't the way. So I mean, that's really all I have. I mean, I think it's stupid. I think it's not really a solution. And I mean, and she goes in. If you go in with the solution, knowing that it's not going to work, knowing that you're going to get pushed back, knowing that a judge is going to do exactly what they did and say this is unconstitutional, and put a pause on your ban. Why?
But
Other than say you did. Other than, I mean, and both sides do it. I mean, and that's the crazy thing. And like, you can't expect that to be effective, and that's what kills me about it all.
Yeah, it's just for the likes. I mean, she know the shit's not gonna do nothing. It's the say, hey, look at me, I'm trying to be a trendsetter type shit. Like you're better off creating a new fucking dance than trying to do this little 30-day fucking ban bullshit. Because I mean, it's not gonna work. And then, like you said, even if you ban firearms and shit, motherfuckers got knives, bats, poles. I mean, you can kill a person with damn near anything, really, if you really fucking think about it. Banning firearms ain't gonna do shit, but just make people be more fucking creative.
And we've seen it time and time again.
Yep. Most definitely. So I mean, I'm glad the judge fucking blocked it. It for me, it goes beyond being unconstitutional because us of this certain pigmentation in our skin, the Constitution really didn't affect us any fucking way. It's just common sense, really. It's just really fucking common sense. Like you're gonna try to ban concealed carry, open carry in public places, and all this other shit, and ain't nobody gonna listen to you. Let's just be real. Ain't nobody gonna fucking listen. They're gonna do what the fuck they're gonna do regardless of what you say. And you ain't doing nothing but fucking over your fucking law enforcement. That's all you fucking doing. Because now they gotta be on the lookout for this stop for fucking speeding versus a motherfucker who's carrying this and carrying that. I mean, you just law enforcement is getting fucked over. And I'm not a back the blue type of fucking person, but at the same time, you fucking these people. You're completely fucking them over. They gotta be on the lookout for actual criminals committing a fucking crime. Now they would have to be on the lookout for people not committing the crime, but may have a fucking weapon that is lawfully carrying in their fucking vehicle. If that makes any fucking sense. They're lawfully carrying this vehicle and they're lawfully carrying this weapon.
I was gonna say you're badass. You carrying the vehicle.
They're lawfully carrying this weapon in their vehicle on their fucking person. So now they have to stop. Let's let this rapist walk by real quick while I sit here and talk to this motherfucker who got a weapon and ain't supposed to have a fucking weapon. It just don't make no fucking sense. It's stupid as fuck.
Right. I mean, you want to take my staccato. Don't have one, but one. I don't have one. I'm just putting it out there. Okay.
Right.
Staccato's in Texas, so if y'all want to shoot one my way for a couple weeks, I'd appreciate it.
Fun to shoot.
Hell yeah, it would be fun to shoot. Excuse me. To your point, I mean, you worried about the staccato that's on my hip or wherever I may carry it on my hip in my car or my person, where it ain't doing nothing, but it's sitting there no different than the knife that's also on my person.
Yep.
So,
fuck the knife. Fuck the knife. You got that gun. We're worried about the gun.
Right.
Who cares about your knife?
Right.
Stupid.
I mean, and the thing is, like, if you want to be genuine about the conversation, you want to talk about every life that a firearm has taken. Let's talk about also every life that a firearm has saved.
Thanks.
You have to have that. You have to have both sides of the discussion. And right now they're not doing it, and they jump straight to every time I see kids shouldn't have to worry, I roll my eyes because it's true, but it's used to draw on those emotions. And as soon as you do that without my facts, well documented facts, supportable facts, neutral facts that aren't cherry picked to make your case, you're not really about that solution.
Yep. And then the whole kids shouldn't have to worry. What about the kids having to worry about fucking eating food at school? What about, you know what I'm saying, worrying about physical abuse that has nothing to do with a fucking firearm? I mean, I can go on and on and on about travesties that happen to kids in this fucking country that has zero to do with fucking firearms, but you want to focus on fucking firearms. Like I said, make it make sense because it's not.
I'm with you. All right, man. How those accessories holding up for you?
Gone. They fucking gone. No, it was good, man. Like, I'm really glad I gave that cigar a second chance because for a second I was about to just throw that bitch in the trash. I'm like, man, this shit is fucking garbage, man. But it actually smoked really fucking good, man. And the vodka with strawberry lemonade, that's the move. My diabetic people who still like to drink vodka and zero sugar strawberry lemonade, man. It's a hell of a fucking mix, man. How about yours, bro?
The old elk is my first time trying. It's pretty good. There's a couple other ones too now that I'm interested to try, kind of go through that lineup to see what they got. So definitely impressed with that. The little cup was fantastic too. Let's see, the cigar, not bad. I mean,
You
I
was
think
expecting it to be more than what it was.
given the name, I mean, just like Man of War, you
That
smoke one of
shit's-
those, you get what you signed. You
Indeed.
damn sure get what you signed up for.
Indeed.
But Dead Conqueror, Alexander the Great, no, not quite. I mean, and it's not a bad cigar, but it's not epic by any
Thought it was gonna
stretch
be
of the
epic
imagination.
versus.
I mean, at least if it was like super powerful and super strong, then all right, I'd be a little better. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't get another one. If you gave me one, I would definitely smoke it, but I wouldn't get another one. All right, man, you got anything else for the people before we wrap up?
Stay safe, stay blessed. Ashe.
All right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't forget to leave a comment on anything that strikes your interest that we've talked about. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Check out some of the other videos that you're going to see popping up on the screen right now. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We out. Episode 105 is in the books.
Yes, sir.